My name is Bradley Marshall. I am the tribal liaison for the Phoebe Hearst Museum of Anthropology, UC Berkeley. I am a member of the Hoopa Valley Tribe. The Hoopa Valley Tribe is located in the northern part of California. We are the largest land-based tribe in California and have been federally recognized for many, many years. Our tribe is unique because unlike most tribes, we were not forcibly removed from our area, and we were able to maintain our ancestral territories. And I think through that process, we've been able to maintain a strong connection to our culture, to our ceremonies, to who we are as people. The basis of tribe is the community. We survive with each other, and I think that goes into our culture. We all bring something in, and that's how we survive. The region of California that I come from is unique in the sense that Hoopa, Yurok, and Karuk are the strongest tribes in the country in most areas. We're also one of the most remotely located tribes, and so for us, contact didn't happen as soon as it did in Southern California and Central California, and so our culture was considered a pristine culture. 100 years ago, for most people, may seem like a long time. For Native people, it's a blink of the eye. This is my grandparents' generation. Through their generation, we've had the boarding school experience. We had the Dawes Act. We had the creation of reservations. So going back to some of the time frames, the reservations were created by Ulysses S. Grant back at the end of the 1800s. The interesting thing about Ulysses S. Grant is he was stationed in Humboldt County in Eureka, and I think he may have served in the Hoopa Valley Reservation where I'm from for a very short time. And that was at the end of the 1800s before he became president. I think that it's fascinating to be working in this institution where I am and being able to go through and look at the documents that Kroeber had written, to touch, have physical contact with an object that Kroeber had touched, that Kroeber had purchased from a person that he had no interest in. Times have changed. When Kroeber was coming through, the object was important, the individual was not. And today, the individual is important. And I would hope that the object is not as important as the individual. And I think that people are starting to make those changes. Anthropology is starting to make that change to discover more about the person, to tell a story of the people, not to just tell a story of an object. In Kroeber's time period, it was a different approach because of the genocide that was taking place within California, because of the forced movements, because of the taking of the language, the movement into boarding schools, the beatings that took place if the child spoke the language, being kidnapped from their homes. My great-grandmother was kidnapped from her home, and she spent her first 24 years living as an orphan because that's what she was told. The separation of the family, this is what Native people have gone through, and through it all, we've continued to survive. And now with the generation below me, I see that generation wanting to go back to the way it was. No drugs and alcohol within ceremonies. More people speaking the language, a stronger interest to learn the language, an interest in learning to make baskets, to carve spoons, to do all the stuff that we used to do. There's a strong interest within the generation below me to start bringing that back. My generation was fortunate enough to know some of the older people that knew this, and now the generation after me, they're wanting to go back to that era. And it's fascinating being able to be a part of that and being at a facility such as this, because I'm able to connect them into that.